I don't know that all those are related. I think you might have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would put those in two different buckets. The first one, what's happening in Europe right now is incredibly dangerous because, so I'm somebody that I don't, sending $115 billion to Ukraine and we don't do anything about the southern border here in the United States is unacceptable to me.
Bro,
right?
that's treasonous in my opinion.
It's unacceptable. Yeah. And it is a very dangerous situation that's going on. And there's a lot of people, and I'm not one included, including in the Republican Party and all the Democrats are supporting all this. And it's a blank check. We just had votes last week on the National Defense Authorization Act to just have an audit of how that money's being spent. That got voted down.
Jeez.
And I was one of the few people that voted to have the audit. I was also one of the few people, and it's kind of a weird mix of people, Republican, Democrat, that voted for this, that said, Rand Paul had an amendment that said before, as a NATO country, before we would ever, there's an Article 5, like a Russia invades Poland, right? Before we would actually go to war, Congress would actually have to be the ones to go to war, declare war, like in the Constitution. There are like 12 of us that voted for that. So there is this, I think people are really invested in this thing, and it's clouding the vision because the real threat, and I'm telling you, I'm on the Armed Services Committee, you get these classified briefings. I'm not going to obviously divulge anything there, but China is the real threat. Like Russia is proving itself. It's not that what's happening over there isn't real, but it's a third-rate military at this point, right? Russia, Ukraine, there's got to be a way to sort of figure this thing out. But China, man, they have built islands in the South China Sea. They are fully weaponized with anti-aircraft, anti-missile systems. They have hypersonics that can potentially take out aircraft carriers. They have a bigger Navy than we have. We have 4 naval shipyards. They have 12. Each one of them has greater capacity than all of ours combined. They're playing in space. They view themselves as the last 150, 200 years has been a blip historically. They're either a thousands of year old kind of civilization. America's new. They're betting against us that we can't hold on, that the last 80 years has been an accident of history, and they are hell-bent on world domination. That's the truth. And so there has been this focus now more on China, but I think a lot of what's going on over there, that is not America's biggest threat. It is China. And, they're playing with fire over there right now. And if you get into this NATO conflict, that is World War III. And I don't want to see that. And there's a way to diffuse it. Some people don't want to engage in that, I don't think, which is wrong.
What's your take on